How to create multiple streams of income. In this video, I'm going to talk about the truth. Multiple streams of income is this cliche, cool thing everyone talks about. Let's get really focused. What does multiple streams of income in multiple industries mean? And specifically, which one are you going to pick to become a millionaire? So in this video, I'm going to talk about several things. What's the difference between income? I'm going to call it active income and passive income. How many streams do you really need? And what's your freedom day? Like, what do you really want? Like, I'm a millionaire at 8 industries. I'm not done yet. I got 3 more on the horizon. And I want you to be a millionaire in at least one. But how do you pick? So let's begin. First of all, what is income? Let's talk about that because again, multiple streams of income. I want passive income, all these cliche throwaway words that people just kind of say all over the internet. What does it mean to you? So income, right? Well, think about it where you weren't taught income. You were taught get a job and have a salary, right? So income is what makes you the money. And typically most people, 99%, think it's going to come from a job. I want you to think, where's my active income going to come from? As a kid, teenager, 21st century lemonade stand, then growing into an adult, you're going to become an entrepreneur. At 18 years old, you get an LLC because you have an intent to be an amazing entrepreneur. Now, you may still go out and get a job. I have a lot of folks in the military, firefighters, cops, teachers, doctors, lawyers, people who have jobs. That doesn't mean they don't have an entity side by side and they've had it the whole time as long as you're being mentored by me. So you need active income in an entity so you have the right to do all the deductions. So that is the most important income, is what is your active entity entrepreneurial income? So you have the right to do deductions. Then with that money, let's start putting it away. Make it invested is the path to a millionaire. So as you start investing it, then that money comes back passively. So for example, if I'm a hard money lender, which I am, I could give you money. Say I could, give you $500,000. You pay me at that level 12 to 15%, and I'm going to make that money back. So you're going to keep my money for a period of time on a very specific prescribed note, and then I'm going to be paid interest, right? That's how that works. That's passive income. Don't ever tell me that a fix and flip that you're actively doing is passive. There's nothing passive about it. You're the one knocking down the walls. You're the one knocking down the kitchen. You're the one out hiring the subs or doing the work yourself. There's nothing passive about fix and flips in real estate. I love how people think that. If you're an active trader, you're not a passive income trader. You're an active trader, which means you do that all day. People who are currently doing digital currency, that's not passive income. That's active income because you're actively involved. Passive is when you do a transaction and the money just comes back to you, typically in interest or equity payments. All right, so let's get income straightened out. Now, how do you get multiple streams? Well, there were books written and gurus in the past who said you need one in all these categories. You need real estate, you need a direct sales company, you need an Amazon or eBay online company, and you need some content thing. To me, that's a little scattered. And I look at a lot of women, a lot of stay-home moms who are trying to make a little extra money, and I call it a hodgepodge, a little bit of everything, and none of it makes sense. So what you want when you think multiple streams of income is think database. And I'm going to give you a link to my database, not like mine, but the database system I use. I have an amazing deal for you. It's half the price you're going to find on the internet with them. And I get it because I have all my clients use it. Why? Because a database is the greatest asset you're ever going to build. So when you think streams of income, think database. If you're going to send somebody somewhere, does it make sense? So when I send people to integrated wealth systems, right? It's about money, and it's anything about money, integrated wealth. So I can talk about marketing. I can talk about sales because that is money related to that. I can talk about corporate structure. I can talk about tax. I can talk about your credit. I can talk about your kids. Same big conversation, one database. So let's talk about somebody else, take a web designer. Right? Typically, if they just do the technical web designer, what else do they need? They need copy editing, they need photography, they need videography, they need SEO, they need retargeting experts, they need ad experts. Have that team. That's your multiple streams of income. As value stack your offer. You don't have to do it. You're going to build a team. Just like I build a huge team of financial and money experts, you're going to build a team of experts. I'll take another example, a nutritionist that I work with. She was doing the typical dietitian, work, handing you a prescribed, nutrition program and wondered why nobody was getting healthier. I said, well, because nutrition doesn't start with a nice little piece of paper in your dietary restrictions. It starts in their kitchen. It starts with them shopping. So put a big package together. Fly in, and if you don't want to do it, train a little army of people to fly into their house, start in their kitchen, just like an image consultant should start in your closet. Clean it out, and then take them shopping. Show them how to go shopping properly for food. Then you're gonna have to teach them how to cook that food, because a lot of that new organic and healthy food stuff, they don't even know how to cook, say, tofu, for example. They wouldn't even know what to do with it. They'd be like, that's not a burger. That's not mac and cheese. You blew it from the start. If your experience is to make someone successful, then provide the entire experience. There's where your multiple streams of income. So all of that, from people who fly in, go shopping, do chef, do the cooking, do food preparation. Food preparation is an enormous, it's $1 billion industry. Then put them on a food program that they're gonna follow, that they can actually manage. They have some skills and techniques. Then you put some coaching and accountability, so you're making money all the way through to make them successful. So if you're gonna do something and claim something like I claim making millionaires, I give you every little aspect of it. Am I going to do the work? No, I have a team, but that's where all the multiple streams, that's true multiple streams of income. It's built on one database that you just load in with a lot of people and have a lot of support, so people feel successful. If you haven't noticed, people are fairly lazy. They would like a lot done for them. They don't want to do a lot. So offer more. And if you think, oh my gosh, that's overwhelming, I didn't see you how to do the work. I said you have to lead the team to do the work. And I can promise you, in this structure, building a 7- and 8-figure business is easier than staying small. The only reason you're small is you're trying to do all the work and you don't do enough offers. I find the same thing with bookkeepers, with accountants. There's not an industry, chiropractors, you name it. I have worked with them, and I have built a system, a value stack, I call it, around what they do and what they offer. I have to give you one more example. I have a naturopath in Northern Nevada, and he went from just an appointment and hoping they'd show back up, to when the person checked out, his value stack of supplements, of shots, of whatever he prescribed, $428 per person who walked out of his clinic. And he had a percent of all that revenue. Did he have to do the work? No, he had to partner and do all those affiliate relationships. So build a company, lead it, do not do it. That's really the premise of Yes Energy, is to do less and make a lot more. But that is true MSI, right? Multiple streams of income. Now, let's pick the industry. I'm a millionaire in 8 industries, not done yet. And so I have a few more on the horizon that I'm going for. And I'd love to have you be part of our team, whichever one you want to pick. Why did I do real estate? It was right in front of me, right? I already had enough going on. I was part of the Rich Dad Poor Dad team, had a huge database playing cash flow. What did they want? They wanted cash flow real estate. It was right in front of me. I had the database to do it. Back to database. So I can promise you multiple streams of income is right in front of you. You just haven't been taught properly how to funnel the income. So before I talk about Financial Freedom Day, I want you to subscribe to the channel, because you can see we can talk about a lot of stuff. And while you subscribe, hit that notification button so you get my videos every day, 5 days a week, and put some comments in. If there isn't a topic out here, and we have a lot of videos now and a lot of topics, what do you want me to talk about? Anything money I can talk about. So put some comments in, and we'll be right back out with you. Now, Financial Freedom Day is a word that I coined because I just can't stand the word retirement. Retirement is an agricultural word. It's not even a financial word. And it means to put cattle to pasture to die. So that's never a goal with income, that I want you to die and retire. I want you to have freedom whenever you want. So I've made teenage millionaires. I've made young 20-year-old millionaires, every category from Gen Zs, millennials, to Gen Xs, to baby boomers. We've made them all. So for you, what is that number? And you got to pick a number. It can't be this elusive, and I was in the secret, so I'm going to pick on it. It can't just be the money, it will come. No, it won't. You have to put in the right plan. And you got to put in the right mentors. You got to have the right team. So is it $100,000 a year, which is $8,333? Is that your first goal? Is that your first Freedom Day? Because we're going to go for a specific goal. And then guess what? We're going to reset and you're going to go again. And then we're going to reset and you're going to go again. That's how Freedom Days work. And it's not about when is it enough, because that always is asked. It's what's next for you? How else can you contribute? Because at some point it's beyond you. It's what's the mission beyond yourself? My mission is financial literacy for all of you. And then it's about creating generational wealth and creating a legacy of this work that I've been blessed to hand out to you. So what's your Freedom Day? We need a specific number. I want you to click on this link below in the description. I'm going to take you to a personality quiz. It's a financial personality quiz. You're going to end up in one of 4 categories for what you do to yourself financially. And then it's going to take you to a webinar. It's going to help fix that problem. And then you're going to go and be asked for an application to sort it out. What is the multiple streams of income? What are the industries you want to be a millionaire in? At least pick one, and let's begin. I'm only picking a handful of people to work with, and the Achieve Today group is my coaching team that is doing the majority of our coaching. I will always lead your strategy, but I want to know if you're serious. If you're serious, I'm serious. If you're just a looky-loo hanging out, good luck. to you, and just say it. Maybe one day it'll click and say, I need to get coached and I need to become a millionaire. It's not a lot of money. So I'll see you tomorrow.